All right, welcome back everybody. My name's Austin. The game theory with cryptocurrency right now, as we end 2020 on a global level, is insane. I want to update you on Ethereum, on Uniswap, on what's happening in DeFi. So check the timestamps down below in the description. And like always, let's start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin miners in Iran have a new buyer, the Central Bank of Iran. So in other words, Iran, hit hard by sanctions, but brimming with oil and natural gas to supply electricity, turn to cryptocurrency to pay for imports. We are watching the game theory play out in real time. These countries, like Iran, who have nothing to lose, who have sanctions imposed on them from the United States, are turning to Bitcoin. The edict put forth by the Ministry of Energy and the Central Bank of Iran requires the country's legally registered cryptocurrency miners to sell the tokens directly to the CBI, the Central Bank of Iran. And if you're Iran, thank goodness there is a Bitcoin, because the US basically left them no choice. The country, which has watched its foreign reserves dwindle by over 33% in the last 2 years, has increasingly eyed Bitcoin as a workaround to the crippling US sanctions. And of course, Iran is the most recent, but not the first. Iran's move is reminiscent of fellow petrostate Venezuela's recent decision to nationalize mining pools. Venezuela is also subject to US sanctions. Now, the story continues, but what's the takeaway for you? Expect central banks, governments like this, with nothing to lose, inevitably turn to Bitcoin because they don't have a choice. Our one true chance to separate money from state. Any state. But next piece of news, big news for Ethereum. The Bank of Thailand is to officially use Enterprise Ethereum for their retail CBDC prototype with their new partnership with Consensus. So as an Ethereum holder, what do you need to know? Today, Ethereum development firm Consensus announced that it would be developing a proof of concept with the Bank of Thailand for their retail central bank digital currency, or digital baht. While Thailand is not just working with Consensus, they are also working alongside the Siam Cement Group and its subsidiary Digital Ventures. Consensus, who exclusively develops on Ethereum, is the only crypto development firm. Now, this may come as a surprise to some of you because until now, Thailand's CBDC initiative, known as Project Inthanon, has used R3's Corda technology and partnered with Hong Kong's Crypto BLK. So this news, this partnership, is a new avenue of exploration for their retail CBDC specifically. And when we're talking about a retail CBDC, Charles Dawsey, director at Consensus, commented that the exploration of a retail CBDC will allow financial institutions and merchants through Thailand to enhance the speed and security of their daily payments infrastructure. So what kind of ERC token are we talking about here? Consensus revealed that the CBDC will be issued using ERC20 smart contracts. That's the primary standard used for most fungible tokens issued on Ethereum. And also, the solution will use the permissioned enterprise blockchain Hyperledger, Besu. So yes, it's permissioned, enterprise level, this is a CBDC, as well as Consensus's CodeFi and MetaMask, the popular Ethereum wallet. So if you're an Ethereum holder, this is definitely the adoption you like to see. Now, Consensus says that it is or has worked with 6 central banks. Well, we're aware of this one, Hong Kong, Singapore, South Africa, and the Bank of France, which was announced yesterday. We have either missed one or there's another announcement to come. Either way, Bank of Thailand is the announcement today. As we get more information, I will make a video. I will keep you updated. Okay, next piece of news for China. The new Huawei smartphone will feature a hardware wallet for the digital yuan. So huge play by Huawei right here. They're not going to let Samsung be the only game in town that puts a digital wallet in their new phones. Huawei has announced that its forthcoming Mate 40 smartphone series will include an integrated hardware wallet. So that means every single person that buys the new Huawei will instantly have a crypto wallet. The post also promises that users will be able to control and protect their anonymity and perform dual offline transactions. These enable mobile phone users to transfer funds simply by touching their devices together, even if both are offline. Wow, okay, that's super interesting. And these phones are going to be the best of the best. They're going to utilize the same chip that Apple's iPhone 12 uses. However, due to the ongoing trade war between the US and China, Huawei will be unable to acquire or make more of its Kirin 9000 processors once its current stockpile runs out. But other than that, this phone will have the best of the best, and they want every single person that has the phone to be able to custody their own digital yuan. Super easy integration for Bitcoin or possibly some other maybe Chinese cryptocurrencies. I'll keep you updated. We will see. Okay, and before we get to some of these other stories, I do have sort of a red flag. We'll do them both on this channel. I'll give you the good news and the bad news. DeFi yield farming could threaten the security of Ethereum 2.0. This is a report from Consensus warning the community about some threats here. Let me just clue you in, then we'll talk about what it means. In its Q3 DeFi report, Consensus described the concern that DeFi could be the number one threat to getting a significant amount of staking participation in ETH 2.0. And why do you think that is? It's because if the APYs, the ROIs, all that return for yield farming, potentially some we saw was over 1,000%, which was outrageous for this last little hype cycle, why would somebody want to stake their ETH in the 2.0 contract if they're already getting this on ETH 1? If various DeFi protocols offer higher returns than ETH 2.0 staking, ETH holders may elect to direct their ETH elsewhere, thus leaving ETH 2 without the threshold of staked ETH required to render it sufficiently secure and decentralized. So Consensus is making this very public. They issued this report to the entire community. And let's think, what could be the best case and what could potentially be the worst case for ETH 2.0? It is not unreasonable to worry that ETH holders would, at best, wait to see how early staking returns compare to DeFi returns. So early staking returns may be worth it for ETH holders, or at worst, decide altogether not to risk locking up their ETH until phase 1.5 of ETH 2.0, which is likely at least a year away. So this is something that they anticipate. This should be something that you anticipate. And a possible solution to this problem that the authors anticipate is that it could be possible for smart contracts to offer liquid tokens so they represent the value of their staked ETH. So you stake your ETH and then you get ETH tokens on top of that. I think it's sort of like the wrapped Bitcoin we have that represents real Bitcoin, but you can, find yield and stake within the Ethereum ecosystem. Anyway, just something for you to know. I'll keep you updated. Next piece of news on Harvest Finance, they have boosted their bounty to $1 million for any information leading to the return of their exploited funds. So I reported to you a few days ago they were offering $100,000. They upped that to $1 million based on the $24 million that were siphoned out of them by a quote-unquote hacker on Monday. Now, just as a reminder, what exactly happened? A $50 million flash loan from Uniswap was used Monday on Harvest Finance to sway the price of the USDC, USDT pools, so the stablecoin pools. Harvest Finance's price feeds, based on Curves Finance's stablecoin pools in this case, were manipulated by the flash loan, leading to traders suffering large amounts of impermanent loss, where token prices change momentarily against investors. Of course, you know what happened next. The exploit led to the project's total value under lock, TVL, dropping 70% from $1 billion to $296 million. We will see. Next piece of Uniswap news. Uniswap moves closer to a new $5 million Uni airdrop. So you might be able to get 400 more Uni tokens. The second ever governance proposal for the Uniswap decentralized exchange is more than halfway to reaching a quorum with a little over 30 hours to go. This actually ends, I think, the end of the day, October 31st, Halloween. If passed, the proposal will see over 12,000 wallet addresses that interacted with Uniswap via a proxy contract receive 400 Uni tokens each. So which wallets get this payout? Well, over 5 million Uni tokens will be available to the users of MyEther Wallet, Argent, Dharma, DeFi Saver, Nuo, IDO, Open, Como, Monolith, and Rebalance. Now, I don't use those wallets. I don't think I have any of those wallets. But anyway, the proposal was put forward by compound-based lending and savings protocol, Dharma, who claimed that its users felt left out by the initial distribution. And the reason they picked those wallets, the cohorts of proxies were chosen due to them being less programmatically accessible, suggesting a lower likelihood of multiple addresses by end users. Also, they're saying that there would guess less trading bots would be hooked to those wallets, and this is up for proposal. I'll let you know. But that is the video. My name's Austin. See you tomorrow.